Hello guys, in this video we are going to see what is this tuple. So this is our last video on this sequence types part 3. So we have already completed string as well as list, and this is the tuple, the last one. Okay, so let's see what it is. So what tuple is just like list. Like just please note, it is just like a list. It's not actually a list. The main difference is that tuples are unchangeable. That is, you can also say it as immutable, and that is we cannot change, add or remove items from the tuple once it has been created. Okay, so how do we create a tuple is, we create a tuple, we give the variable name, give equals to sign, and then with this open and close parenthesis we provide the values or the items to be present in the tuple. Please note that it need not be such that all the data that has been inserted inside tuple should be of same type. It can be of different type as well. Like if you want to define a tuple like this, 1 then 1.25, or suppose if you have a string called tuple, so we can do this also. Okay, so there is no restriction on the type of data that should go inside this tuple. Okay, now let's see some similarities and differences between tuple and list. Okay, so that was it, like the tuple thing, like how we create a tuple and how we initialize it, all those things. This is how we create a tuple. Now let's see the similarities and difference. So see, this is how we define a tuple. So as we have discussed in our previous videos, the concept of indexing, slicing, concatenation, repetition, searching, and for loop, all these concepts works as it was working in list. It can all this, like the elements, these at index this is at index 0, this is at index 1, this is at index 2. We can do slicing of these particular tuple. We can do concatenation, we can add two tuples. We can do repetition, we can take a tuple, multiply it by suppose 2, and this tuple, the elements in the tuple will be multiplied, like it will be repeated again and again. Okay, then we can do searching by using like suppose apple in my tuple. So we can do searching of this type also in tuple, and we can also use this for loop in on this particular tuple, either index wise or element wise. So I have discussed all of these in this previous videos on list as well as string, so you can go and watch that video, so these things will be clear. Now I'll move to the difference part. So here you can see, just as I mentioned in the previous slide, that list is changeable but tuple is unchangeable, and or you can also say that tuple are immutable. That is the same thing that we discussed in the previous slide. So if you try something like this, suppose this is my list and this is 1 2 3 4 5, then you can change the elements of the list by using this temp1 is equals to 10. So what will happen is, now the list will be modified, sorry, this is at index 0, this 2 will be replaced by 10, and our new list will be 1 comma 10 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So this is how we can change the list. But if you'll try to like initialize the tuple like this, and if you try to do something like this, my tuple is equals to 10, so this will give an error. Okay, so there is a way around how we can work with tuple, and this is something like this. So what we can do is, we can convert our tuple to a list by using this typecasting, and then we can change the value of the list 10, and then again change back this list to a tuple and store it in a my tuple. So now my tuple will be something like this: 1 comma 10 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, so this is a workaround, like this is how we can work with tuples and change it and replace it, add it by first converting into a list, performing that operation, and then changing it back to the tuple. Okay, so this is how we can work with tuples, and if we want to change or add or remove element, this is how we can do. So let me show you a brief idea how this thing works is, see, when you have declared this particular variable my tuple, so what happens is, a particular space will be allocated for this my tuple, and this values 1 2 3 4 5 will be stored here. When you do something like this temp list, and then you converted this my tuple to a list, a new memory is allocated, and here see, this is the tuple one, this is the list one, the one we created from this tuple. So here 1 2 3 4 5 is created, and then when we do list of 1 is equals to 10, this 2 is replaced by value of 10, and so this new memory location, oh wait, let me erase it. So this new memory location becomes 10. Now when we do this third line, what happens? A new memory is being created where this list is converted to tuple, and we assign this particular tuple 1 comma 10 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 to our my tuple variable. So you can just check this. If you try to print the id of this particular variable, that is my tuple before it was changed, and you can print the id of my tuple after it was changed, you can see that these two IDs are not same. So hence you can like get the idea that these two are different. Okay. So now, so yeah, that's it with the tuple. There are some more concepts like this packing and unpacking concept that I want to show you. So just remember that when we create a particular tuple, so we do this thing. So this is the process of called as packing. Okay, what is the concept of unpacking? Let's see in example. Okay, unpacking, ing. Let's see it with an example. Okay, so if you'll see here what I have done is I have created two tuples, fruits as well as the names. So what you can do is let me show you this unpacking concept. Okay, but before that, let me show you how we can make the changes in the tuple by converting it to list. Okay, so let me create a temporary list called as temp list and convert this tuple that we have fruits into a list. Okay, so if you will see what is temp list, we can see that temp list is a list now. Now we can do is temp. Now okay, let me print the id first, id of fruits first. So fruits was initially this. Now let me change the value of 1, that is the value of banana, to guava. Okay, now if we can see temp list, it is apple, guava and cherry. Now we will what do is we will convert this fruits, sorry, we will assign this list, that is temp list, by typecasting it to tuple and assign it to fruits. Okay, okay, this will be tuple, tuple, tuple. Now if you'll see fruits, we'll get that it is apple, guava, cherry, and initially it was apple, banana and cherry. So we have changed the tuple, but let's see the id of this new fruit that we have got. You can clearly see that the previous id was different from the initial id. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so that's the concept that how we can work with tuples. Now let's see how we can unpack this tuple. Okay, so this is the process of packing a tuple. Now see how we can unpack it. So suppose this is our names. Let me print it, names. Now what we can do is, suppose if we do something like this, name 1 comma name 2 comma name 3 comma name 4, and just assign the value of names to it. So what it will do is it will take this individual value and will print put it inside this, take this value and put it inside this, take this value, put it inside this, take this value, put it inside this. Okay, this should be name. Just a second. Now if you print individual of this, you can see that the values has been assigned to these individual elements. Okay, so this is what is called unpacking. We have this tuple, but now what we are doing is we are unpacking this tuple and assigning these individual values to the elements present inside the tuple. There's one more way how we can do this is, suppose this is what we have. Suppose the first we want to see, the first we want to give it to this, the second we want to give it to this, and the third one we want that everything that is else left should go to this. So what we have to do for that, we can just put a star here. So what this will do is, now see, we have name 1 same Naruto, name 2 same as Kakashi. But when we do name 3, now we'll get whatever that is left, that is Sakura and Sasuke. These two are stored inside this name 3 as a list. Okay, so just keep them. This is the way we put star, and the everything after that will be stored in this particular name 3 as a list. Okay, now let me show you another example. What if we do something like this? Instead of putting the star here, if you put the star here, now what we'll do? So what will happen is, if you see these names, so this first name 1 will go to this Naruto. This star, let me come to it after some time. This name 3 will be the last one, Sasuke, and this name 2 will be everything that is left, that is Kakashi and Sakura. So let me print this thing once. Name is Naruto, as we have got. Name 3 is Sasuke, but if you see name 2, it is this list of Kakashi and Sakura. So Kakashi and Sakura. So this way we can unpack this tuple and use it. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. And if you go back to the slide, so this thing is complete. See, all these things you can go to the previous video and watch it, and whatever examples about the tuples or the small codes, all these codes will be written, and I'll attach the link to that particular file in the description. You can go and look at it. Okay, now what are the methods that are provided in tuple? So this is the methods that are provided in tuple: count and index. So what is it? Count the number of occurrence of x in the tuple. So suppose if you have a tuple where it is called, suppose A, then it is called B, then it is called A. So if we do count of A, it will return 2, like number of times a particular element has been repeated in this particular tuple. Okay, then this index I, it returns the location of the first occurrence of A. So if we'll find the index of A, it will do something like, suppose this is our my tuple, and you will do something like this: my tuple dot index of A. So it will return 0, the first occurrence, because it is a 0th index. Okay, so that's it for tuple. And this ends are sequence types. So inside this sequence type, as we have seen, there we have a list, we have string, and we have tuple. So we have covered all of this. Let me quickly go through this boolean type as well. So as we can see, let me go back to the slide. Yeah, see here, boolean. So what this boolean is, it's like true or false. That's it. This is boolean type. Boolean type contains two values, either true or false. So these are just conditions that are used mainly if you want something like either 0 or 1 type of condition, like true false condition. Then you can use this boolean types. You can mostly use this in case of if else conditions. So suppose if you have written if you have a variable a is equals to suppose 2, and if you have written if a is equals to 2, then colon. So this is the condition that will return a boolean type that is either true or a false. So if it returns true, the internal statements will be executed. If it is false, then this if statement will be skipped. Okay, so if you see, if you store something like this, suppose we have variable is equal, we have created, and we have assigned a is equals to 2. So if we do something like the a equals to 2 and leave it, so it what it will do, it will evaluate this value. So this value will come as true. So is equal will now be assigned a value of true. If it is false, it will be assigned a value of false. So this is what a boolean is. That's it. Okay, so in the upcoming videos we will discuss about the set and dictionaries. Then all these Python data types will be over. Okay. Thank you.